Check 1 2. Test 1 2. All right. So yeah, we
Test 1, Test 2. Test 1, Test 2. Good afternoon and welcome to Wild Things Park. Test 1, Test 2. And good afternoon, and welcome to Wild Things Park in Washington, Pennsylvania for today's delayed by a few hours PSAC-West doubleheader between the California Vulcans and the visiting Seton Hill Griffins, who are number 7 in the country. I'm Gary Smith, joined by my good friend Jonathan Sakaguchi on camera for today, and we're here for a key 4-game series, weekend series with the Seton Hill Griffins. Today, California will play 2, and then tomorrow they will go to Greensburg and play 2. But we're going to take a look at the starting lineup for the Seton Hill Griffins, as this is a very powerful team, and very excited to see this, as they've been a team that have been really lighting it up this season. So starting for Seton Hill, leading off DH Jordan Fedor, left fielder Tommy Pellis, who's one of the leading players in the country in terms of batting. He is batting .466 coming into this game, and let that sink in. .466. Batting third, center fielder Derek Orndorff. Batting cleanup, second baseman Isaiah Deandrith. Shortstop Owen Sables batting 5th. Catcher Vincenzo Rosso is batting 6th. Tyler Peterson's batting 7th and playing first base. Jamie Rabel's playing third base and batting 8th. And right fielder Brandon Klein is batting 9th. On the hill today for the Seton Hill Griffins will be Ben Vicini. For the Vulcans, on the hill, a familiar sight for Game 1 of a weekend series is the senior right-handed pitcher Nick Riggle. Nick coming into this game with a 3.40 ERA, 6-2 on the season, leads the team in innings pitched, strikeouts, and is tied for the team lead in wins with 1 apiece. Again, this game was originally scheduled to be a 1-3 doubleheader. Yesterday it was moved to 2 to 4 with the weather coming into the area. Was hoping to be out of the area by 2, but then that storm kind of spun around Western PA and just ended up delaying it till 3:45. So first batter of the game coming up for the Griffins, Jordan Fedor. He is a senior, batting .314 on the season. He has started all 22 games in which he has appeared. So first pitch for Nick Riggle upcoming, and there's the pitch outside, ball 1. First pitch at 3:45 in the afternoon here on the East Coast. So Fedor digging back in. Wind, if anything, is blowing slightly out to the left. It has died down since we've been here. Second pitch, nice breaking ball, has Fedor going, fishing for strike, evens the count at 1 apiece. Again, a busy weekend. You're going to see a lot of California at Seton Hill. California baseball team, 4 games against the Griffins, and then the softball team is 1-1 pitch, fouled back off the screen, and it'll be a pitcher's count 1-2. And then the softball team will be also playing 4 games against the Griffin. Currently, they are in the bottom of the third, and they're trailing 4-1 in Greensburg today. So we'll try and keep you appraised of that as we go on. Here's the 1-2 pitch for Riggle. Low in the dirt, blocked by Stewart. Evens the count at 2 apiece. So Fedor doing what a leadoff hitter is generally asked to do, seeing some pitches, showing the rest of the lineup what the starting pitcher has up his sleeve. So here's the 2-2 pitch from Riggle. Low into the dirt, evens the count, or makes it a full count. Riggle tied for second place all-time in California wins, looking to tie that top spot with his next win. Be great to get it today against number 17 in the country. Payoff pitch to Fedor, fouled away. Glancing out towards the first base coach's box, and we'll have to see as this first couple innings goes through if there's any issues with the fielding or grips, because it did rain pretty good from that 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock hour. Payoff pitch swung on and fouled over the first base bleachers, and we stay. So Fedor battling right here for the PSAC-West leading and number 17, the number 7 team in the country, the Seton Hill Griffins. Payoff pitch once again. Outside, ball 4. So Fedor working a walk. Seeing a lot of pitches, and I'll bring up the number 2 batter, one of the best players in the country, and a guy you might see playing at the next level, Tommy Pellis. Some of his numbers right now. He is a senior, batting .466, has 25 RBIs, 7 home runs, and is slugging an impressive .863. So Pellis is a guy that is going to look to drive this Seton Hill offense. First pitch outside, but catches the corner for a strike. Seton Hill dressed in their road maroonish red with the gold trim and the circular SH logo, which I think is a heck of a good look for a logo. California trimmed in or dressed in their home whites. Throw over to first. Back in time is Jordan Fedor. California dressed in their home whites with their red numbers and red and black letters in the new Caillou script, Vulcan script that was unveiled in the spring of 2019. So a 1 pitch to Pellis. Swinging, hits it right back up the middle. Taken by the shortstop. Step on second. Throw to first. Double play. Let's take a look at the shortstop over there for the Vulcans, Jacob McCaskey. We'll write that down. That was a great play. Just taking a slow roller up the middle, stepping on second, and getting the double play. So 1 pitch equals 2 outs. And that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Derek Orndorff, and if you're a wrestling fan, you will probably hear me call him Mr. Wonderful once or twice. More than just that, so just be aware, as that is a old school wrestler from the 80s, feuded with Hulk Hogan in the early days of WWE, WWF. First pitch caught the outside corner for a strike. So Riggle giving up a leadoff walk and then inducing a double play from one of the most dangerous hitters in the country, Tommy Pellis. Here's the 0-1 pitch now. Low and outside, ball 1. Sun trying to peek out here at Wild Things Park. So there was a pretty good storm that went through, but it looks like Sun's trying to peek out. Pitch, nice fastball by Riggle. Runs the count to 1-2. So if you're watching this at home, you have no idea how bad the weather was to delay, but I think we're going to get a nice April evening here. 1-2 pitch in the dirt, evens the count at 2. On the season, Orndorff batting .406, leads the team in home runs with 9. He has driven in 26 runs. So this middle part of the Griffin lineup is a force to be reckoned with. 2-2 pitch, swung on and fouled, out of play. That'll make it to the concourse area here at Wild Things Park. Count remains even at 2 apiece. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Riggle. High ball 3. And also, if you're listening at home, thank you for joining us. You won't hear much in the way of crowd noise today, as with the weather we didn't run a crowd mic, and I'm actually in the booth today, so going to hear just a lot of me breathing as there's a shot into right center field. That's going to get down and be extra bases for Orndorff. Orndorff hustling, loses his helmet, goes to second. Now he's chugging to third. He's digging, and he will be in with a stand-up triple. So Derek Orndorff, a 2-out triple, his second of the season, and Seton Hill will have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter for the Griffins, number 31, the second baseman, Isaiah DeAndreth. He's a junior batting .373 on the season. And he has driven in a team-leading 32 runs, as you would expect from your cleanup hitter. So DeAndreth stepping in. Has a runner in scoring position, but will probably take a base hit or something fluky to get through with 2 outs to get the runner home. So Riggle, first pitch to DeAndreth. Swung on. That's going to be fouled over the Seton Hill bullpen into the dessert den area for a strike. So already we've seen a number of balls make it over to that concourse. They're going to keep the players not in the game running around to collect the foul balls busy. Pitch taken outside. Good job of Stewart to glove that, as Orndorff had a little bit of a jump start there, so if that ball would have squirted away, I don't think there was anything Kyle could do to keep that run from crossing. So 1-1 the count. From the stretches, Riggle. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball breaks off too much, and we'll go to 2-1. Once again, Stewart keeping it in front of him, and Stewart, one of the best backstops in the PSAC, has stayed in the game when a lot of times a lesser backstop would have left because he gets dinged up back there. But just a brick wall for the Vulcans. Pitch high and inside, ball 3. So 3-1's the count. First and second are open, so a walk would not be the worst thing in the world for the Vulcans with 2 outs, especially with a dangerous hitter like DeAndrith. DeAndrith only a junior for Seton Hill. Here's the pitch. Swung on, grounded right at third. Nice play by Conti. Throws over to first, and that ends the inning. So California getting out of a little bit of a 2-out jam, and they will retire the Griffins. So after a half inning, California and Seton Hill are tied at 1. And we're going to take a look at the Cal U lineup, starting for a long time head coach Mike Conte here at California. As we're going to go to that right now. There we go. See leading off second baseman Anthony Venetia. Justin Stewart moving up the lineup for the last couple games. He was hitting down in the lineup at 8 or 9 for most of the season, but now he's moved up to number 2. He's catching. Batting third, Jacob McCaskey playing shortstop. Batting cleanup, right fielder Patrick Brogan. Batting fifth, third baseman Loudon Conti, who made that solid play at third to end the inning. DHing will be Colby Rockesy, and he is batting sixth. Batting seventh will be first baseman Josh Rankin. Batting eighth will be center fielder Aaron Provisky, and batting ninth, the left fielder Nick Serafino. And on the mound, as we saw him in the top half of the first, pitcher Nick Riggle. On the mound for the Seton Hill Griffins with a record of 3-0 and an ERA of 4.06 will be the senior right-hander Ben Vicini. He has appeared in 6 games, started 6. He has 1 complete games, has pitched 31 innings, has given up 32 hits, 14 runs, all of which were earned. This is the stat to look at. He has a strikeout to walk ratio of 38 strikeouts to 4 walks, and batters are hitting .256 against the right-hander. So see if the California Vulcans can take that good defense to end the first inning and turn that into offense here in the bottom of the first. And over in Greensburg for the softball game, the game is still 4-1, listing at the bottom of the third, so not sure if they're running into any weather out there or not, as there have been showers all throughout western Pennsylvania the last 2 days. So part of the deal of deciding to live in Pennsylvania in April. So leading off for the Vulcans, Anthony Venetia, the junior, second baseman. He has appeared in all 32 games this season. He's batting .286. And he has 12 RBIs and 30 hits and 30 runs on the season. Speaking of runs and hits, when we see the tail of the tape in the next inning, there's going to be an amazing stat you're going to see here. So the first pitch for Rossini fouled right back at me and Johnny. And if this were softball, I guarantee one or both of us would have jumped. But since we are in Wild Things Park, a lot more distance, so a lot more time to react. So see if California is going to try and swing on Vicini. He's going to throw a lot of strikes, a lot of balls in the strike zone. That pitch just out of the strike zone, even the count at 1 apiece. Saw him warming up pregame. He is a right-hander that can bring some velocity to the game. 1-1 pitch popped up to right field. Coming on will be the right fielder Klein, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So Vicini throws something in on the hands of Venetia, pops out to right field, and that'll bring up the number 2 batter in the order, number 9 catcher Justin Stewart. And on the season, Justin Stewart is batting .309. He has started 31, appeared in 30, and he has no home runs, 12 RBIs. And again, most of the season he was batting 8th or 9th in the lineup, so moving up with that .309 average. So first pitch swinging, and a strike 1. Stewart standing deep in the box. Vicini working from the windup. Here's the pitch. Catches the inside part of the plate for a strike. So the number 2 hitter for the Vulcans is behind 0-2. On deck for California is the shortstop Jacob McCaskey. So pitchers count now 0-2. Here's the pitch. Waste pitch outside, ball 1. Stewart digging back in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball right over the middle, and That is the 39th strikeout of the year for Ben Vicini, and that'll be the second out of the inning for the Vulcans. That'll bring up the number 3 batter, Jake McCaskey. As we've mentioned, if you've watched California baseball all season, best walk-up song in the PSAC. Let me clear my throat as we're going to see the first pitch to him. Here it is, pitch, swung on and shot out to right field. Going back is the right fielder. He will camp out in the front of the warning track, and that will be a 1-2-3 inning. So after one full, California and Seton Hill are tied at 0. We'll be back for the second inning. You're watching Vulcan Baseball right here on CTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network.
The Vulcans are back in action, and CUTV has you covered. Baseball versus Wheeling. Baseball versus Walsh. Baseball doubleheader versus Slippery Rock. Baseball doubleheader versus Mercyhurst. Baseball doubleheader versus Clarion. Baseball doubleheader versus Seton Hill. Vulcan softball doubleheader versus Gannon. Softball doubleheader versus IUP. Softball doubleheader versus Slippery Rock. Softball doubleheader versus UPJ. Softball doubleheader versus Seton Hill. Vulcan swimming dual meet versus St. Francis. Vulcan tennis match against Edinburgh. Follow all the action live on CUTV Sports 1. And for more information, check out calvulcans.com.
And welcome back to Wild Things Park for the top of the second inning. At bat for the Seton Hill Griffins will be the number 5 batter, shortstop Owen Sable, batting .338 on the season. Has started 24 games and appeared in 24 games. Takes the first pitch wide and outside. Ball 1. Wind blowing out to left center, so as Johnny and I were talking before the game, anything hitting the jet stream over there has a good chance of getting out. It's pretty, as there's not have to worry about the jet stream, as that was a line drive through any kind of wind for a base hit, so leadoff single here in the top of the second inning for the Griffins. Owen Sable, that'll bring up the catcher, junior Vincenzo Rauso, and add that to the list of great names in the PSAC. Vincenzo Russo is a junior catcher batting .340. He has started all 18 games he has appeared in. He has 1 home run, 11 RBIs. And if you're wondering, Owen Sable leads the team over at first base with 16 steals and 18 attempts. So we'll see if they're going to test Stewart's arm here with the running game. So Riggle working from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Right over the heart of the plate for a strike. I was saying before that base hit, the wind is starting to freshen a little bit to left field. It's always been blowing today, but kind of tailed off when we started the game, but it does appear to be picking back up as we are going through this late afternoon into evening doubleheader here from Wild Things Park. Long looking for Riggle. Now comes set. 0-1 pitch. Swing. There's a throw down to second. The steal, and he is gone. So a great throw by Justin Stewart to erase Owen Sable, and that will be the first out of the inning. So California now has the batter 0-2 and the first out of the inning. So erase Sable, give that the out, run the count to 0-2. So just a beautiful throw there by Stewart. Pitch low and away. A great job of collecting the tag out there. Not sure if that was McCaskey or Venezia, but whoever caught that and slapped the tag down, that's a highlight play. And in fact, will be marked down as such. So here's 1-2 count. Riggle now working from the windup. Pitch, breaking ball over the heart of the plate. So Nick Riggle with his first strikeout of the game and his 44th of the season will make it 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. That'll bring up the next batter for Seton Hill, number 15, the first baseman, Tyler Peterson, batting .302. He has started 20 of 22 games, 2 home runs, 19 RBIs. First pitch is going to miss for a ball. 1-0 pitch, sliced into left field just over the head of McCaskey, and that'll be a 2-out single. So for the second inning in a row, Seton Hill getting a 2-out single, and that'll keep the inning going. That'll bring up the left-handed swinging third baseman, Jamie Rabel. He's a senior, batting .262. He has started 13 of 20 games, 1 home run, 14 runs batted in over at first base. Peterson has attempted 3 steals and has been successful on 2. So with 2 outs, not sure if he'll test Stewart's arm, but Seton Hill looking for a little bit of 2-out magic. Here's the pitch, swung on a miss. Nice fastball there by the senior Riggle. First left-hander we've seen, and in fact the only left-hander we will see right now for the Griffins at bat right now. It's being played pretty much straight up all the way around the field. Riggle from the stretch. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled back over our heads. And quickly, Riggle was ahead 0-2. So kind of what you would see in a 1-versus-1 matchup with the pitchers. A lot of strikes, a lot of pitchers right around the strike zone, a lot of action as you got 2 fine right-handers on the mound for each of these teams. So the 0-2 pitch now for Riggle. Here it is. Misses outside. So everybody resets as Rabel steps back in. On deck, if he gets on, will be the number 9 hitter, Brandon Klein, who we've seen made a couple decent plays in right field in the top or the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a foul tip. Believe that caught the umpire. Zega's going to go down to 1 knee, and we'll see if the trainer comes out, and he will right now. Looks like it might have caught him on the inside of one of the legs, and that is a tender spot for sure. So going to talk to our trainer right now and see Riggle and Stewart are going to be talking as well at the mound. So I hope everything's okay with the ump. Is kind of a weird play for him to get caught because he was crouching and for that foul ball to get below him. And I think what might have actually happened, now that I think about it, foul tip might have hit the ground and bounced up and got him. So he's going to stretch out that leg, and now we have the other umpire kind of calling in to see how everything's going, and Riggle with this cold is going to be allowed to stay loose. It's probably about 58 degrees here at Wild Things Park, and he gets the thumbs up, so a nice smattering of applause for the man in blue behind the plate. And as we reset, it's going to be a 1-2 count, 2 outs, runner on first. California and Seton Hill scoreless here from Wild Things Park in Washington, PA. Here's the 1-2 pitch, misses outside. Stewart comes up to try and fake a throw back to first, but that chases Peterson back, so that evens the count at 2. Rabel crowding the plate. Riggle from the stretch, throws over to first. Nothing doing. Is Peterson back well ahead of the tag. Throws back over, so looks like California's a little worried that with the 1-2 count, maybe a hit and runs in action. Is Rabel is decent at making contacts, has only struck out 7 times this season, so counts even at 2, swung high and outside, ball 3. So Rabel fighting his way back to a full count, and I bet you will see Peterson run now with the full count and 2 outs here in the top half of the second inning. Game delayed almost 2 hours due to rain here in the Washington area. So here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. And Nick Riggle strikes out 2 in that inning, and that is going to end it. So we'll be back with a scoreless game here from Wild Things Park. You're watching California Vulcan Baseball right here on the PSAC Network and CUTV Sports 1.
To help stop the spread of COVID-19, masks in a variety of colors, styles, and materials have appeared on the faces of people and statues all around us. First, how not to wear a mask. Don't wear the mask below your nose. Don't leave your chin exposed. Don't wear your mask loosely with gaps on the sides. Don't wear your mask so it covers just the tip of your nose. And especially, don't push your mask under your chin to rest on your neck. Do wear your mask so it comes all the way up, close to the bridge of your nose, and all the way down under your chin. Do your best to tighten the loops or ties so it's snug around your face, without gaps. Wearing a mask takes some getting used to, for sure, but as we do our part at Cal U to slow the spread of coronavirus, it's important to wear a mask the way it's intended to be worn. Stay safe, Vulcan Nation. Wear a mask.
And welcome back to Wild Things Park for the bottom of the second inning. Pat Brogan, the first batter for the Vulcans. Check swing off the first baseman's glove, and that will be an error, and Pat Brogan will reach. A little check swing goes off of the glove of the first baseman, Tyler Peterson, and the Vulcans are in action here to start the bottom of the second. So once again, California swinging very quick into the at-bat. As I'm trying to adjust a few things here. Like I said, we're on a two-man crew right now due to I didn't have a lot of students come back this semester, opting to take online classes during this semester, unlike any others here in Cal U, and thankful for our good man Johnny Sakaguchi down on camera. It's the first pitch to the next batter for the Vulcans, Loudon Conti, the senior, batting .284. He has started all 24 games in which he has appeared in. 3 home runs, 21 RBIs. That pitch actually was called a strike. Throw over to keep Brogan honest over there. On the season, Brogan is 4 for 4 from in the stolen base department. So Conti behind 0-1. Fassini from the stretch. Here's the pitch, high ball one. Conti steps out and resets as the sun is coming out in full force here at Wild Things Park. It is an entirely different world than the world we stepped into when we got here today at 12 to set up. It was dark and gloomy, but I believe those showers are out of the area and we can enjoy a nice April afternoon of baseball. Here's the pitch. Conti thought about it and thought the wiser of it, as that'll be called for a ball. So Conti ahead in the count, 2-1. Brogan over on first, reaching on an check swing. Was ruled an error as it went right off the hand of the first baseman. Here's the pitch. Conti waves at the off-speed pitch in the dirt, and that's going to be a strike. Good pitch by Fassini. Infield at double play depth. Third baseman playing pretty deep behind the sack at third. Count even at 2. Scoreless here. Here's the pitch, swung on, shot out to right field. It's going to be right at the right fielder, taken for the first out and thrown back in. So we've seen the right fielder for Seton Hill, Brandon Klein, being very active here in the first inning and 1/3 here, or inning is 2/3 of Wild Things Park. Easy for me to say. As that will bring up the next batter for Cal U, the DH today, Colby Rockesy, batting .214. He has started 8 games, appeared in 12, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. So Rockesy getting into the game today for the Vulcans. We'll see what he can do Pitch swinging there's a hit and run over the shortstop, taken and thrown, but the out will be recorded, but that will advance Brogan 2 seconds. So California gets a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. So a good job of situational hitting there by Rockesy, as that will bring Josh Rankin, the first baseman, a powerful senior, batting .231. No home runs, 14 RBIs, but trust me that he has some power in that bat. And this is kind of a recipe if California is going to take down the number 1 starter here for the Griffins. Just take advantage of the opportunities you have. We saw a couple weeks ago against UPJ. They're really amazing pitchers. The first pitch swung on it off the mound over to short. It's going to be a tough play. Taken, thrown over the first, and in time. So put a star on that as Owen Sable taking the deflection off the mound, and that will end the inning. So after 2 full here in Washington, PA, the score remains 0-0. You're watching Vulcan Baseball on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network.
South Union Township has taken another large step to expand our recreation program by planning the construction of a new indoor sports complex. We have outgrown the existing recreation center. It is now time to broaden our recreation horizon and address the community's recreation needs. Part of our strategy to help fund this project is to establish an annual charity golf tournament that will serve as a funding source. We would appreciate your help by joining us on Saturday, May 8th, 2021 as a participating golfer, or become an important tournament sponsor by choosing from a variety of sponsorships, or as an alternative, make a cash donation. All funds received will be used to construct the new indoor sports complex, which will feature a new synthetic turf, activity rooms, exercise equipment, full concession stand, locker rooms, and much more. And of course, all contributions are tax deductible. For more information, please call 724-366-9591 or register online at www.southunientwp.com. Registration for the golf tournament begins at 12 p.m. with a shotgun start at 1, with a free hot dog at the turn. Fees are $100 per person or $400 per foursome. And again, the charity golf tournament on May 8th, 2021 at the Uniontown Country Club.
And welcome back to Wild Things Park as we turn the page over to the top of the third, and the final batter in the lineup for the Griffins, right fielder Brandon Klein. He's a junior, batting .265. Wriggles first pitch to him. Breaking ball over the heart of the plate for a strike. Klein has started 17 games and has appeared in 24, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. So if he's for Seton Hill, if you're a Seton Hill fan, he's going to see if he can get starters. There's a check swing and hold up, and that will be a ball. There's the appeal down to first. The umpire at first says there was no way that was a swing, and we reset. Nick Riggle striking out 2 in the last half inning for the Vulcans. Here's the pitch, high and inside, ball 2. So if you're just joining us, you've missed a couple stellar defensive plays and some good pitching right here. Something we would expect to be is, like I said, 2 number 1 starters for both rotations going in this matchup. 2-1 pitch. Wriggles pitch, slap down the shortstop. Nice backhanded play. McCaskey gets it up, throws, and not in time. Good hustle by Klein. McCaskey kind of slipped on the turf, and I think that's the extra second that Klein needed to get to first base, but McCaskey doing a fantastic job of getting to that ball, and that's going to bring up the top of the order for the Griffins. Jordan Fedor, he's the DH. We said coming into this game batting .314. Klein over at first has only attempted 2 stolen bases, but he has been successful. We have seen Stewart, though, for the Vulcans mow down 1 would-be base stealer. So Riggle pitching out of the stretch once again, has had 2 in each inning. Here's the first pitch, check swing, and that's going to be a ball. Umpire thought about it, got up, but I think that was maybe a little bit too far inside for it to be a called strike. So Riggle now from the stretch. Runner Klein at first, not too big of a lead. Stewart setting up side. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball actually goes over the inside part of the plate for a strike. Evens the count at 1. Hearing a lot of chatter from the Vulcan dugout down the third base side. A pretty good crowd here today despite the weather. Seton Hill not too far away from Cal U, located in Greensburg, PA, for those of you unaware where Seton Hill is. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, taken right to shortstop. Over to second, throw to first. Thrown away. That ball is going to go to right field. And a good job of Stewart backing it up. And the throw over to first, not in time, as Brigger was saying, come back over, and Coach Conti is going to come out and talk to the man in blue. So I think he might be possibly asking for interference, as both Fedor and the first baseman for the Vulcans, Josh Rankin, got tangled up. It was a bang-bang play. So the umpire is going to explain over to the Seton Hill manager at third, and it looks like he's not going to talk to Coach Conti. So that's going to be a force out at second. Fedor will be at first, and that'll bring up the ever-dangerous Tommy Pellis for the Griffins. As we said, coming into this game, batting .466, 7 home runs, 25 RBIs. Fedor, the runner at first, 3 stolen bases and 5 attempts. There's a line drive right at McCaskey to second, over to first, high, but he gets it. So didn't get the double play on the play before, but that time a 6-4-3 double play, and the Vulcans get out of the inning. So we'll be back after these messages. You're watching Vulcans Baseball right here on the PSAC Network and CTV Sports 1.
The COVID-19 vaccines can be our chance to get back to our plans. Who we are, what we miss, to get back to each other, to life. But it's okay to have questions, like, how were the vaccines tested? In rigorous clinical trials among adults of diverse backgrounds. Can the vaccines give you COVID-19? You cannot get COVID-19 from a vaccine. Why should I get vaccinated? Protecting yourself also helps protect the people around you. Find the latest information at getvaccineanswers.org.
Pride and passion drives the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. From 55 NCAA championship teams, 294 individual national champs, and counting. Who's next? Make the PSAC yours. PSAC Proud is winning in athletics and in the classroom. Over 3,100 PSAC student athletes are honored as scholar athletes. It's a perfect mix of athletics and academics. It's time to make the PSAC yours.
And welcome back to Wild Things Park for the bottom of the third inning. Scoreless here at Wild Things Park. Provisky, the batter, throws down a bunt, fielded, and thrown over to first. So good job of Ben Vicini getting off the mound and retiring Aaron Provisky for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter for the Vulcans, left fielder Nick Serafino, the junior, batting .238 on the season. Has started 12 games, played in 21, no home runs, 7 RBI. So Serafino in the right-handed batter's box awaits the pitch. Vicini overthrows that, and that's going to be a ball 1. So if you're just joining us, you're missing a fine display of defense for both teams here at Wild Things Park. 1-0 pitch, catches the inside part of the plate for a strike. Serafino stepping back in. Vicini from the windup throws outside, ball 2. And again, a lot of chatter coming from the Vulcans dugout. So they are really looking to show what they got against the number 17 in the country. Here's the pitch, swung on, pop, foul. And excuse me, swing, that's going to reach the bleachers for strike 2. And if our good friend Nolan Beastline is listening on his travels today, I do not see any dogs here at the park. Me and Nolan would usually talk about how many dogs would be in the park today, and I would usually set an over and under, but I see 0 dogs in the park right now, so I'll keep an eye out for that. So the 2-2 pitch swung on, hit to the right center field, back, Klein under right in front of the warning track, and that'll be the second out of the inning. So Brandon Klein getting what he paid for coming into the stadium today, as that's already his 3rd or 4th putout, and that'll flip the lineup back to the top of the order for the Vulcans. That'll bring up second baseman Anthony Venetia. Venetia, as I said at the top of the batting order for the Vulcans, batting .286 coming into this game. Has been involved in a couple double plays already for the Vulcans. So 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch, inside, but catches the corner for a strike. And you can hear the pop of the glove up here in the press box. I'd like to thank Matt Kiefer and usually his person in this booth, Gio Love, for giving us the booth in the inclement weather today. As there's a ground ball to shortstop, charged on, eats him up, and that's going to be not in time, and Venetia will reach. And that's the second fielding issue we've seen for the Griffins. We saw the first baseman have an issue last inning, and then that time the shortstop, Owen Sable, just has that eaten up, and that'll put a runner on base for Justin Stewart. And if you've watched Vulcan Athletics this week, we had a lot of softball this week, and it seemed like shortstop at Lilly Field was the Bermuda Triangle for fielders, as no matter who was out there for shortstop had a hard time fielding the ball, and it seems like that Bermuda Triangle has moved about 35 miles to the west to Wild Things Park. So throw to first, keeping Venetia honest. Venetia 17 for 18 in stolen base attempts. We'll see if maybe a hit and run is on here with 2 outs. Stewart is very good about getting the ball in play. Here's the pitch. Slapped right back at the shortstop. Taken underhand to first, or underhand to second for the 3rd out, and that ends the inning. So California gets a base runner late, but nothing comes of it, and that'll be the end of the 3rd inning. You're watching Vulcan Baseball right here on the PSAC Network and CUTV Sports 1.
The COVID-19 vaccines can be our chance to get back to our plans, who we are, what we miss, to get back to each other, to life. But it's okay to have questions, like, how were the vaccines tested? In rigorous clinical trials among adults of diverse backgrounds. Can the vaccines give you COVID-19? You cannot get COVID-19 from a vaccine. Why should I get vaccinated? Protecting yourself also helps protect the people around you. Find the latest information at getvaccineanswers.org.
Pride and passion drives the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. From 55 NCAA championship teams, 294 individual national champs, and counting. Who's next? Make the PSAC yours. PSAC Proud is winning in athletics and in the classroom. Over 3,100 PSAC student athletes are honored as scholar athletes. It's a perfect mix of athletics and academics. It's time to make the PSAC yours.
And welcome back to Wild Things Park here for the top of the 4th. I'd like to give a shout out to our good friends out at the Cassidy compound, our good friends at LAW Wrestling, setting up for some festivities this weekend. So make sure to watch Legit American Wrestling every Thursday at 1 o'clock on CUTV. Is wrestling the way it should be, and very good show on CUTV. Is they are doing a great job, and like to see what they do here coming up in the rest of the summer season. So speaking of seasons, we're tail end here of the PSAC season. As the first pitch to the number 3 batter, Derek Orndorff, is a swing and a miss for a strike. Orndorff on the season coming into this game, 406. Here's the second pitch to Orndorff, outside ball 1. Extended the first inning with a triple, but California was able to get out by way of a strikeout to end the inning. So the 1-1 pitch now to Orndorff from Riggle. Swing and a miss. Riggle cranking up a little bit on the velo right there, and Orndorff unable to catch up to it as you see him adjust his gloves and reassess the situation. 1-2 pitch for Riggle. Here it is. Swings. Tap to the left side. Charging his Conti is going to be a tough play. Tries to barehand it, but that'll be an infield single. And I'm not sure if he fielded it cleanly. There's anything to do. Is Orndorff was motoring down, so Orndorff now has a triple and a single in the game. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Isaiah Deandrith. Deandrith ended the first inning when Seton Hill was threatening, so he comes up to bat with 1 on and nobody out. As I apologize, I had to reset the scoreboard on the screen there. My apologies. Again, we're a 2-man band right now, trying to get through this crazy COVID season situation. Pitch right up the middle, taken by McCaskey. Steps on second. Throws the first. Double play. Jake McCaskey calmly taking in the ball that hit the pitcher's mound and then steps on first and retires it. So McCaskey will be getting another highlighted play, as that was just a nice calm play by the short-handed shortstop for the Vulcans. That'll bring up his counterpart at shortstop, Owen Sable, the sophomore. First pitch to Sable, low and inside for a ball. Now let's talk about that defense for the Vulcans for a minute. We've seen several double plays in this game to erase threats for the Griffins. 1-0 pitch now. Breaking ball catches the outside corner for a strike. Perfect pitch right on the outside corner. Caught the point of the plate. Hit the glove. So California's starting to get a little bit of momentum here from their pitching and defense. 1-1 count now. Slap to right field. It's going to drift foul. Thought for a second it might be trouble, and now the count goes to 1-2. So Sable stepping back in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up to right field. Coming on is Brogan, and he will make the catch and retire the side. So Seton Hill goes without any concern, and that'll end the top of the fourth. We'll be back after these messages. You're watching Vulcan Baseball right here on the PSAC Network and CUTV Sports 1.
Hey Johnny, why do you look so sad?
Well, no, I'm not sure how my friends and family back in Gibbon Glade, Pennsylvania can keep track of all our CUTV programming when they can't watch.
Well, Johnny, they could subscribe to our new CUTV and Friends podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Hey, thanks, Noel.
Our fellow Americans.
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccines are available to millions of Americans.
And soon, they will be available to everyone.
The science is clear. These vaccines will protect you and those you love from this dangerous and deadly disease.
They could save your life.
So we urge you to get vaccinated when it's available to you.
That's the first step to ending the pandemic and moving our country forward. It's up to you.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles, watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort. To get to know each other
on a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
And welcome back to Wild Things Park here in Washington, PA, as you're being treated to a very good defensive game here. Good pitching, good defense, just good baseball here. So that's going to bring up one of the men responsible for that good fielding. Jake McCaskey's made some stellar plays at shortstop for the Vulcans. Swinging on the first pitch, sends it out to center, back to the wall, over, and it is gone. Jake McCaskey with a solo shot to lead off the inning, and that will give the Vulcans a 1-0 lead. So Jake McCaskey, on the strength of his 8th home run of the season, give the Vulcans a 1-0 lead over the number 7 team in the country, the Seton Hill Griffins. And that was a frozen rope over the center field fence just to the left of the batter's eye. Center fielder Orndorff went back for it, but made a leap. Was not sure if he got it, but that is a home run. So the Vulcans take a lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. There's a strike. I apologize, you heard the commercial playing a little bit underneath there. Pitch, strike 2. So Vicini coming back after that first pitch home run by Jacob McCaskey to break this deadlock. And a 3-pitch strikeout. It's going to be a throw to first to complete it. And down on strikes is Patrick Brogan. So Vicini ratcheting it up there after giving up that first pitch home run, but damage was done, and that'll bring up the next batter for the Vulcans, number 20, Loudon Conti, the senior, batting .284 coming into this game. We'll see if he can keep this inning moving along. First pitch inside for a strike. Tell you what, the last 4 pitches by Vicini have all been strikes, and they've been to 4 different quadrants of the plate. Next pitch, swinging, strike 2. So sometimes, like a boxer, when a boxer sees themselves bleed, they kind of ratchet it down and takes it up a notch. It almost seems what Vicini's doing right now. Saw a ball go out, and he's ratcheting it down and really bringing it in. That's second straight strikeout for Vicini, and that's the second out. So definitely that long ball has awakened something in him, but California now leads. That was their first hit of the game, as that'll bring up the DH, Colby Rockesy, the sophomore, batting .214. Here's the first pitch to Rockesy. So that is 7 straight strikes now after the home run for Vicini. Rockesy steps out trying to break up that rhythm of Ben Vicini, the senior pitcher for the Griffins. Here's the next pitch, swinging and tapped into the dugout of the Vulcans. So make that 8 straight strikes for Vicini now. I also like to say hi to our good friend Jason Green, the SID over at Seton Hill, good friend of mine and Matt's here at Cal U. I've known Jason for 20-some years, back in his days when he was a grad student here at Cal U. So always a... And there's a strike 3, 9 straight strikes for Ben Vicini, and that ends the inning. So after the first pitch swinging, Vicini comes back with 9 straight strikes, 10 pitches in the inning, but California will lead 1-0. So instead of going to a commercial break right now, we are going to talk about some graphics, as we've had such a fast clip in this game, have not been able to see them too much. So we're going to take a look at the tail of the tape, and I alluded to earlier in the game that there was a stat that was just mind-boggling to me. You see on the left-hand side the hits for Seton Hill. Seton Hill has 225 hits, but they have 226 runs. So that is a very potent offense, very efficient offense. As we see the wind really starting to whip, as I look out at the umpires, their pant legs are blowing straight out as the wind is really starting to come down and blowing into left center field, and the flagpole is actually bending a good bit in the wind. California have played a little less games than Seton Hill, so Seton Hill's played less games than California, so less hits. But you see Seton Hill has a good advantage, you would think, on the mound. 2.82 ERA and 216 strikeouts to 51 walks. Now let's take a look at the PSAC-West standings. Seton Hill top those, 23-2 overall, 15-2 in conference. California 20-12, 11-9. You seen the PSAC, 3 teams, at least in the West, have 20 wins. So that is a tough schedule for anybody to face. California facing Seton Hill this weekend, and they will conclude their regular season next weekend against the Gannon Golden Knights. We, unfortunately, at CT will not be able to be there covering that game, as that will be graduation weekend. We'll be covering graduation with our good friend Gloria Minitello over at the Caillou Convocation Center. We're all excited to get back and be at a big event on campus. It's been too long. Here's the first pitch. Low and away, ball 1. So the first batter of the inning for Seton Hill will be the catcher, Vincenzo Ralso. 340 average, 18 games start, 18 games played. Ralso ahead 1-0. Here's the pitch. High and inside, ball 2. So Seton Hill trailing 1-0 here on the strength of a home run by Jacob McCaskey to give the California Vulcans the lead on their first hit of the ball game. Next pitch right down the middle for Nick Riggle. Strike 1, 2-1's the count. As once again the California bench is emotionally invested in this game, as they are in full throat down there. Off-speed pitch shot into right field. Brogan coming on, calling everybody off, and it will camp under it for the first out. So 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the 5th. And coming to the plate now for the Griffins will be the first baseman, Tyler Peterson. Peterson batting .302, 2 home runs, 19 RBIs. Awaits the first pitch from Riggle, working quickly. Breaking ball. No swing, and that will be a ball. But that was a good breaking ball. That ball started off on the outside part of the plate and broke out. So good job by Peterson. Good body control to keep from swinging that. Here's the 1-0 pitch now. Popped up. Going right behind second base. Going out as McCaskey makes a catch. So Jacob McCaskey calling everybody off, catching it over his left shoulder like he was a wide receiver, and that will be the second out of the inning here. So very quickly, 2 outs for the Griffins. That'll bring up the next batter in the lineup, their third baseman, Jason Rabel, the only left-handed batter in the lineup, the starting lineup for the Griffins. So first pitch to him, fastball high, and outside, ball 1. The sun has gone behind the clouds here, and the wind has shifted a little bit, as I can feel it coming into the press box. Swing and a miss, a nice pitch. Riggle pulled the string on something off speed and away. As Riggle resets, here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. 1-2 now. So Nick Riggle working both sides of the plate and north and south. So hitting all areas of the plate for strikes. So 1-2's the count. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Riggle's pitch swung on, and that's going to be a foul tip. A little bit of a delayed reaction is umpire is going to go out and talk to Riggle. So I'm not sure if he was buying some time. I don't know if that went off of Stewart's arm or hand, but umpire goes out and has a little chat with Riggle. 1-2's the count. Getting confirmation that did catch the catcher Stewart. So you always see the umpire trying to give the catcher a little bit of time there. Breaking ball low. Riggle thought he had it. And a lot of the armchair umpires here and along the third base line cheering for the Vulcans thought so too, but the man in blue does not. That evens the count at 2-2. 2 outs here, top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses high. And Rabel has worked the count to full. Riggle's going to reset. See the wind. I don't know if you can tell on your shot there, but the wind is really starting to whip across the pitcher's mound. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that ends the inning. So Nick Riggle sets the Griffins down in order, 1-2-3, and that'll win the top of the 5th. California leads 1-0. We'll be back after these messages. You're watching Vulcan Baseball on the PSAC Network and CTV Sports 1.
Hey Johnny, why do you look so sad?
Well, no, I'm not sure how my friends and family back in Gibbon Glade, Pennsylvania can keep track of all our CTV programming when they can't watch.
Well, Johnny, they could subscribe to our new CTV and Friends podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Hey, thanks, Noel.
Our fellow Americans.
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccines are available to millions of Americans.
And soon, they will be available to everyone.
The science is clear. These vaccines will protect you and those you love from this dangerous and deadly disease.
They could save your life.
So we urge you to get vaccinated when it's available to you.
That's the first step to ending the pandemic and moving our country forward. It's up to you.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles, watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort
We should still make an
to
effort.
get to know each other.
on a deeper level.
Father,
Cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
it's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward. Come together,
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
And welcome back to Wild Things Park, as that was a bunt attempt for the leadoff hitter for the Vulcans, number 21, Josh Rankin. Second time of this game, we've seen California trying to get a leadoff bunt. Again, California's been held to only one hit in the game. That's the bad news. The good news is it was about a 415-foot shot over the left center field fence, just left of the batter's eye for a home run, courtesy of Jacob McCaskey, and a 1-0 Vulcan lead. So the line score right now, Seton Hill, no runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. California, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and what has been a pretty cleanly played game. And really the 2 errors for Seton Hill were possibly more due to the wet field conditions than anything else, as the shortstop didn't get a ball that came up, and then the first baseman got a ball that came up too high. So here's the 1-1 pitch. Ooh, that's high for a ball. I thought the umpire was going to get the late call, but it's going to be a ball. So Rankin moves ahead of the count 2-1. So temperatures dropped another 2 or 3 degrees as we are firmly in the middle of the 50s. 2-1 count now. Swinging and shot into the third base bleachers, and it'll even the count at 2. Once again, these two teams will resume pleasantries after today's doubleheader tomorrow in Seton Hill. Right now, California softball team also engaged with Seton Hill in a weekend series and are trailing 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th after a delay, as now the count goes to full. So yes, it's 4-1, bottom of the 4th over in Greensburg in game 1 of that softball doubleheader. So a lot of action here between California and Seton Hill this weekend. Payoff pitch now. Swinging and fouled out of play. That will get into the bar area down the left field line. Lovely place to watch a baseball game here is Wild Things Park, and the Wild Things will be getting set to start their season usually towards the middle of May, end of May. Here's the payoff pitch, swinging, and that is going to hit almost the same area as it was, and the umpire asks for some more pellets from the Vulcan dugout. So we've seen a lot of foul balls here in this game. Hallmark of 2 good pitchers. Batters are not able to catch up. So once again, payoff pitch for the pitcher Vicini. Here it is, swinging and popped up down the left field line, ranging over his left fielder. Will he have a play? And he will in foul territory, and that's the first out. So good job of Tommy Pellis to fight off the swirling winds and retire Josh Rankin for the first out. That'll bring up next hitter for the Vulcans, number 6, Aaron Pravisky. Pravisky, the Vulcan center fielder, coming into this game batting .242. We'll see if maybe he's another one of those batters that Coach Conte will maybe see about putting a bunt down. First pitch taken for a strike. So if we have Johnny tilt down a little bit, we got the score bug just a little too high. There we go. Swing and a miss, strike 2. As after that home run by Jacob McCaskey, Vicini struck out Brogan, Conti, and Rockesy in short order, then battled to a full count to Josh Rankin that ended that at bat with a foul out, and then he's ahead of the next batter 0-2. Check swing in the dirt. Appeal down to first, nothing doing, so that'll be a ball. So definitely something after that home run has clicked in the mind of Vicini. See, he's ahead 1-2 here. Bottom of the 5th inning, playing 7 here of a doubleheader. This is game 1. Here's the pitch in the dirt, ball 2. Evens the count at 2. So Provisky doing a good job of seeing pitches. As you can expect in a 1-0 game, there is no activity in either bullpen for either of these two teams. This has been a very well-played college baseball game to this point. Here's the pitch, fouled right back at Johnny down on camera 1, and he's thankful for nylon cord right now, as that was going to be right back into his lap at a high rate of speed. So as it is, nothing but a chuckle. Evens the count at 2-2. Wind is now shifting again. Looks like it's blowing more towards the third base area. Here's the pitch, swung on out to left field. Pellis going back and jumps, does not get it. It's going to be down. It's going to be extra bases for Provisky, and that'll be a double, as now he's going to try and stretch it to a triple, and he will get in with 3 bases, and that gets the crowd on their feet. Aaron Provisky with a triple with 1 out, and he is in scoring position. And smart base running, as he saw that throw not going towards the bag. No one was really there, and he uses his jets to get to third base, and that'll bring up Nick Serafino with a chance with the runner at third to get an insurance run on the board for the Vulcans, playing the number 17 in the country. The Seton Hill Griffins, only 2 losses on the year, 23-2 overall in California, forcing Seton Hill to bring the infield in with a runner on third. Pitch, bunt on the ground, little suicide squeeze, throw to the plate. Now there's a rundown. Provisky running back, thrown. Now runner's going to go to second, throw to the plate, and Provisky will be tagged out. So the sacrifice, the suicide squeeze does not work. Give Provisky a star there for staying at the rundown long enough to get Serafino to second base in scoring position, but that is a big out, number 2 for the Griffins. And I think had that ball been bunted 5 feet either direction, it would have been a tougher play, but that ball came off the bat and went right back to Vicini, who threw it to his catcher also, and the merry-go-round was on. It'll be 2 outs now here in the inning. Runner on second as I reset the scoreboard. Brings up the leadoff hitter for the Vulcans. First pitch over the left inside corner of the plate for a strike. Venezia, third at bat of the game. So Venezia would love to get something through the infield and bring that runner home from second, trailing 0-1 in the count. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 1. Evens the count at 1. One and 1 the count now. See some cars in the outfield area. Well, behind, not the outfield, but in this parking lot behind the outfield here at Wild Things Park, starting to drive around. 1-1's the count. Swung on, dropped into right field. That's going to get down, and that will bring home a run for the Vulcans. And that's the second run for California. And Anthony Venezia gives the Vulcans a 2-1 lead on a 2-out RBI single. So California unable to score directly off the triple, but they will get that second run home no matter what. And that'll bring up the number 2 batter in the order, Justin Stewart. And that is a big second run for the Vulcans. Little excuse me single into right field for Venetia. Stewart now trying to keep the Vulcans hot. 2 hits in this inning for the Vulcans. First pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. California 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors to this point of the game. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Remember, we play 7 here in the PSAC. This would be a big win for the Vulcans. The throw over to first gets Venetia back again. Venetia leads the team in stolen bases with 17. And between the bottom of the inning and the top of the inning, we're going to stay here and look at those team leaders for both teams. Vicini throws back over. And again, with California trying to run the suicide squeeze earlier in the game, or earlier in the inning rather, it would not be out of the question to see if the running game is enacted here for California. Venetia inching off of first. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Steal attempt. Throw down a second and not in time. So give Anthony Venetia his 18th steal of the season, and California now has another runner in scoring position. And the count is at 1-1, so Stewart now has a chance to pick up an RBI and a third insurance run for the Vulcans. Here's the one with pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Nice pitch. As that ball had some filthy vertical drop from Ben Vicini. And this, I think, has allowed us, the Vulcan dugout has been all season, as they can sense they want this big. This is a nice local rivalry. Both schools separated by only about 30 miles of Route 70. Here's the pitch. Check swing, and that ends the inning. So Vicini resides Stewart, but not before the Vulcans get a second run here. And as promised, we're not going to go to commercial. We're going to look at the team leaders. The first, we're going to look at the team leaders for the Seton Hill Griffins. Leading in average, as I've said before, Pellis coming into the game batting .466, also leads the team in hits with 34 home runs. Orndorff has 9 and RBIs. Deandrith has 32 in pitching. You've seen Vicini with his .406 ERA. Wood actually leads the team in wins with 4. Vicini leads the team with strikeouts, coming into this game with 38 and innings pitched at 31. Seton Hill, if you look at their pitching stats, have a lot of pitchers that have gone on the bump for the Griffins. Now for the team leaders for the Vulcans, McCaskey coming in, leading in all major offensive categories. You can add another hit and another home run and another RBI to the total for this slugging shortstop for the Vulcans. And on the mound, Riggle coming into this game with a .340 ERA, winning 6 games this season. He's in second place all time, looking for that win to get him tied for first place all time. For the Vulcans, came into the game 43 strikeouts and 55.2 innings pitched. So a good pitching matchup here, good defensive matchup, just a very good college baseball game. As Riggle's going to finish his warm-up pitches as Stewart throws down, and we're going to get set here to start the top half of the 6th inning. So
leading up to 6th for Seton Hill, right field number 18, Brandon Klein.
As that will bring up the leadoff hitter for the Griffins here in the top of the 6th, number 9 hitter in the order, right fielder Brandon Klein. Riggle's first pitch to Klein, breaking outside for a ball. Klein stepping back in. See the shadows briskly moving their way across the field here at Wild Things Park. Very windy day. Pitch, breaking ball over the outside part of the plate for a strike. So Nick Riggle fighting back for a strike to make it a 2-1 count. Excuse me, a 1-1 count, not 2-1. I'm ahead of myself. I'd like to see him make it a 1-2 count here. Here's the pitch. And in fact, I looked 10 seconds into the future, and it was a 2-1 count as he brushes back Brandon Klein. Klein readjusting after that close pitch to his noggin. Slapped out to right field. Brogan going back to the wall, and right in front of it, as that ball stayed in the air a long time, and that's a long out, number one, as Brandon Klein, I thought, may have got one up into that jet stream, but stays up, and that'll be a loud first out. They'll bring up the top of the order, Jordan Fedor. That's a big out. Number one is playing 7 innings. That means Seton Hill's down to 5 outs here in the game. So the countdown is on. Here's the pitch for Riggle. First pitch for a strike. Fedor coming into the game, a .314 average. Seton Hill has only managed 5 hits in the contest. Riggle, big breaking ball for a strike 2. Cannot underestimate what Nick Riggle has brought to this Vulcans team today and also throughout his career. He's a reliable starter that's going to go deep into games, and we've seen it time and time again in the 2021 season. Here's the 0-2 pitch in the dirt for a ball. As everybody resets. Here's the 1-2 pitch now for Riggle. Fouled out of play. Over in the direction of Route 70s, you saw a lot of cars, or a lot of trucks going eastbound and westbound. Oftentimes here, tractor trailers beep as they go by. Here's the pitch, outside, ball 2. Leadoff hitter Fedor was not tempted, and now the Seton Hill dugout starting to get a little into this. 2-2 count now for Riggle. Here's the pitch. Breaking balls. That's going to be a foul tip. Goes straight down. Umpire wants to replace it and gives a fresh pellet out to Riggle, and we'll reset 2-2. One out here, top of the 6th. Both teams are at the top of their step of their dugouts, and this has a playoff feel here at Wild Things Park. Here's the pitch. Pops straight up. It's going to be over to the second baseman, Venezia, and he will field it, and the second out of the inning is recorded. So a high pop up to the right side, and Anthony Venezia makes the catch. Then he'll bring up the ever dangerous left fielder, Tommy Pellis. And Pellis is going to try and make up for a little bit of a fielding error that resulted in a triple in the last inning for the Vulcans. First pitch to him is a breaking strike over the heart of the plate. Nick Riggle is dealing right now, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this, you are getting a treat. Here's the 0-1 pitch, outside, ball 1. So 1-1 the count now. So California moving into the heart of this Seton Hill order. So slot down the left field line, and that's going to be extra bases for Tommy Pellis. Conti could not make a diving grab, and that'll be a 2-out double for the Griffins. And just like that, this potent attack for Seton Hill has woken up. And that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Derek Orndorff, who also has a triple already in this game. Coming into this game batting .406. Again, as I was getting ready to say, California moving into the meat of this lineup. Only 4 outs to go in this game. One in this inning, and one hopefully in the top of the 7th, or 3 in the top of the 7th. But you got to get through Orndorff here. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Hit to center field. Back goes Pervisky, and he will come underneath it, and that will end the inning. So a 2-out double leads to nothing, and that'll end the inning. So we're going to move to the bottom of the 6th, where California still leading the number 17 in Division 2, 2-0. We'll be back after these messages. You're watching Vulcan Baseball on the PSAC Network and CTV Sports 1.
The Vulcans are back in action, and CUTV has you covered. Baseball versus Wheeling. Baseball versus Walsh. Baseball doubleheader versus Slippery Rock. Baseball doubleheader versus Mercyhurst. Baseball doubleheader versus Clarion. Baseball doubleheader versus Seton Hill. Vulcan softball doubleheader versus Gannon. Softball doubleheader versus IUP. Softball doubleheader versus Slippery Rock. Softball doubleheader versus UPJ. Softball doubleheader versus Seton Hill. Vulcan swimming dual meet versus St. Francis. Vulcan tennis match against Edinburgh. Follow all the action live on CUTV Sports 1. And for more information, check out calvulcans.com.
And welcome back to Wild Things Park. Is at bat now for the California Vulcans is number 27, Jake McCaskey. And the last time he stepped up to the plate, he gave the Vulcans a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch swinging, home run to dead center field. Second pitch swinging is a strike. McCaskey trying to make it 3-0 right there with that powerful swing, but nothing doing is Ben Vicini. The pitch for Seton Hill has settled down since then. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt will be missed and a strikeout. So Vicini getting McCaskey on a swinging strike to start the bottom of the sixth. And that'll bring up Patrick Brogan, the cleanup hitter for the Vulcans. I'd like to say hi right now to a good member of the CUTV family, our good friend Colin Kirkwood, out in an undisclosed location in the center part of Pennsylvania, watching the game and also playing, I believe, either the show or Warzone on the other TV. So showing people how to do it. Have the game on your tablet and then have the other TV playing your video games or doing whatever. So hi to him and thank him for his years of service here at CUTV. Wish he was here with us now. So second pitch outside, ball one. So 1-1 the count now to Brogan. Just as I said, Seton Hill was in the meat of their order, California in the meat of theirs. 1-1 pitch, swinging and missing. So 1-2 the count. So Vicini trying to set the Vulcans down in order here in the bottom of the sixth as we're reaching the late stages here in game one. Here's the pitch, check swing high, nothing doing, evens the count at 2 apiece. Again, this is game 1 of 2 today, game 1 of 4 between these two teams this weekend. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Vicini dealing, getting the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up number 20, Loudon Conti for the Vulcans.
The two outs now batting the third baseman, number 20, Loudon Conti.
And checking in at the softball action over at Seton Hill between the Vulcans and the Griffins. California still trailing now 4-1 in the bottom of the fifth, and Conti swinging and missing for a strike here in the bottom of the sixth for the Vulcans. So both games, softball and baseball, delayed a little bit of weather today. Second pitch outside. And actually the count is 2-0 as Conti had a check swing there, did not go around, so my apologies. And now the umpire has corrected. He did go around. It is 1-1. That's what I thought. Breaking ball inside. Now it's 2-1. Conti stepping back in on the season. Conti has 3 home runs. Saw him last weekend against Clarion. Hit a mammoth shot. 2-1. Now he hits one deep to left field. That's high in the air. Back goes Pellis to the wall. It is gone. Loudon Conti touch him on. The Vulcans get a much-needed insurance run. And just like that, it is 3-0 Vulcans. Loudon Conti with a towering no doubter over the left field fence here. And California leads 3-0. And just a great swing there by Loudon Conti. And the whole dugout is out, as you see here. The Vulcans now taking a 3-0 lead into, at least a 3-0 lead into the top of the 7th. That'll bring up the next batter, Kobe Rakase. Excuse me, a pinch hitter now for the Vulcans will be David Lee. And he has some power, so the first pitch is about a 55-footer in the dirt for a ball. So David Lee getting a chance to hit here, and we've seen him hit some towering shots down that third base line. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Lee. Outside, misses, ball 2. So we saw the last Vulcan home run kind of refocus Vicini. That home run by Conti seems to have rattled him as he's missing the first 2 pitches. There's a shot by Lee out to left field. Back goes Pellis. Back to back Jack. David Lee makes it 4-0. Off the bench and around the bases for David Lee. And that'll be home run number 4 for David Lee. Belt high fastball belted out of the park. And the Vulcans now lead 4-0. As now looks like, I thought maybe the Seton Hill manager was getting out of the dugout there, but he does not. And that'll bring up Josh Rankin. So back-to-back home runs for the Vulcans. Give Cal U a 4-0 lead. First pitch will miss to Rankin. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Rankin. Slapped out to second base, taken, and that's the out. But California getting 2 solo shots, and now we'll take a 4-0 lead into the top of the 7th. We'll be back to see how this one ends. You're watching Vulcan Baseball right here on the PSAC Network and CTV Sports 1.
Have you seen the new Cal U Vulcan logo around? Have you wondered where to get gear featuring it? Then go to calvulcans.com and click shop. Log on and browse a full selection of men's shirts, women's shirts, pullovers, hoodies, and more. All items feature customization with the new Cal U Vulcan logo and wordmark. The site also features a full selection of hats, tailgating items, and accessories. Don't be the last person to sport new Cal U Vulcan gear. Go to calvulcans.com today.
Pride and passion drives the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. From 55 NCAA championship teams, 294 individual national champs, and counting. Who's next? Make the PSAC yours. PSAC Proud is winning in athletics and in the classroom. Over 3,100 PSAC student athletes are honored as scholar athletes. It's a perfect mix of athletics and academics. It's time to make the PSAC yours.
And welcome back to Wild Things Park as California holds on to a 4-0 lead here in the top of the 7th. Last time these 2 teams met was back in 2019. California swept a doubleheader on a Monday at Seton Hill. California trying to run the winning streak against the Griffins 2 years and 3 games. Nick Riggle trying to nail this one down for the Vulcans. Falls behind the leadoff hitter. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Pops straight up the elevator shaft. McCaskey now calling everybody off. And the first out is recorded. So California 2 outs away from beating the number 7 team in the country. And also, Nick Riggle, should California hold on to this win, will tie Randy Sturgill for the all-time wins lead for the California Vulcans. So a lot of subplots here as we have 2 outs left in this first game of the doubleheader. First pitch now, swung on, slapped out to right field. Brogan running, making a leap, but does not get it, knocks it down, and that will be a base hit for the Griffins shortstop Owen Sable. So Sable, first pitch swinging. As we hear some chatter from the Seton Hill fans, just go station to station. A 4-run lead in college baseball is not insurmountable, so California would love nothing more than to get that second out and take those odds more in their favor. So that brings up number 35, Vincenzo Rauso, slapped over to the right side. Diving stop, kicked into right field, and it will be an infield single. Good effort by Venezia, goes off of his glove. So Seton Hill now not waiting any pitches out. 2 straight pitches, 2 straight base hits. And that will bring up number 15, the first baseman, Tyler Peterson.
First baseman 15, Tyler Peterson.
And now we see some action in the Vulcan bullpen. Now we have seen a couple times earlier in this game, California got out of these jams with double plays, so Riggle is very comfortable working the lower part of the plate to induce that ground ball. So Riggle now from the stretch, 2-1. Here's the first pitch, swinging, gets away from Stewart, and actually it's going to be a foul tip, and that catches the umpire again. Because that will be a strike 1, and that time I think went off his mask. Umpire just having a chuckle with Stewart, being like, nothing we can do back here because Stewart has been hit once or twice. And warming up in the bullpen is the relief specialist, number 33, Patrick Gumto. So 0-1 the count now. Tying run is still in the on-deck circle for the Griffins. Here's the pitch. Swung on, tapped, foul, out of play. Count goes to 0-2. So Peterson at bat, and then you have on deck the left-handed swinging Jamie Rabel, and then Brandon Klein, the number 9 here. So the bottom part of the order for the Griffins trying to mount this comeback from down 4. Last weekend, Seton Hill lost a game at Mercy here on a walk-off in Game 1, so they're trying to have their own come from behind here on the road here at California. 0-2 count now. Riggle, long look in the dirt, ball 1. Stewart saving the advance, so once again proving why he's one of the best backstops in the PSAC as he stopped that. Neither runner could do anything. And we reset 1-2. What a game this has been this afternoon. First of 2 here, delayed for 2 hours or in some minutes, but worth the wait here in every sense of the way. Here's the pitch, inside, ball 2. Gumto still warming up now for the Vulcans. Would love to see the Vulcans win this and get Riggle his school record tying win here. But first things first, got to get the next out here. 1 out, 2-1. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Peterson. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Down to first base. Throw over to second for 1. Back over to first. No play. Good job of McCaskey getting the second out and reading the situation, and did not risk a throw into the first base dugout. So an all-important second out. California will trade that all day, every day. And that'll bring up a pinch hitter for the Griffins, Jack Oberdorf, sophomore infielder. The brother of our good friend here at Cal U, Jane Lynn. So runners on the corners with 2 outs. First pitch, low and away, ball 1. So California leading 4-0. The tying run still in the on-deck circle for the Griffins. If Oberdorf gets on, that'll bring up number 18, Brandon Klein. So the 1-0 pitch now. Breaking ball. Breaks too low, 2-0. Gumto still getting ready in the bullpen for the Vulcans. So a lot of variables at play here in the late stages of this ballgame. Seton Hill has scratched out 7 hits, but nothing has come of those, as California doing a good job of erasing those with fine defensive play. Here's the pitch. Catches the outside corner for a strike, so 2-1. So Riggle, much needed strike, because it's much better to pitch 2-1 than 3-0. So Riggle working off the far outside of the rubber. Behind it, the count 2-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Down to third. Conte diving stop. Misses the handle, and that'll bring home a run. He made the stop, but fumbled the exchange, so that'll bring home a run. And Seton Hill's on the board, and the tying run comes to the plate. Outstanding stop by Conte, but just could not get the ball into his hand. And I'm not even sure, even if he did, is Brandon Klein's going to come up. I'm not sure if Conte would have been able to make the out as Oberdorf was motoring down. As that's going to bring out Joey Nowero to talk to Riggle. Again, California up 4-1 right now on the number 7th ranked team in the country. Sure, Coach Nora was just saying we're 1 out away, so don't do anything. Nobody has to win the game here, but you could certainly lose it with some mindless play. Probably asking Riggle how he feels, and you better believe Riggle's going to want the ball and want to finish this out. As Gumto is still warming up as Coach Conte goes to check in on him. So that's going to bring up the number 9 batter, Brandon Klein. Although if Klein were to get on, you might see Gumto come in, as that would be the top of the order and about the 4th time Riggle would have faced. And it's tough going through the 4th time. As Riggle now looking in. Actually, now there's a pitch is low for ball. No, it is Klein. I thought I saw a 16 out there, but it is in fact, the 18 of Brandon Klein. As Seton Hill does not have a 16 on their roster. So that caught the inside corner for a strike. So Riggle ahead 0-1. Riggle, this pitch outside for a ball. Runner at second, trying to get a lead, but McCaskey doing a good job of dancing him back. So Klein digs back in. 1-1 count, 2 outs here. Top of the 7th. California looking to get a big statement win here. Pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. California 1 strike away. Klein was looking to tie the game up with 1 swing right there and came up with nothing but air. So 1-2 the count now. Riggle looking for history for the Vulcans. Goes to the stretch. Looks back. Delivers. Breaking ball. Called strike 3. And Nick Riggle will join. Randy Sturgill was the all-time winningest pitcher here at California. And California upsets the number 7 team in the country 4-1. And just a great performance for the Vulcans. The game started with a little bit of a weather delay, but boy, were we treated for something. We were definitely treated to a great ball game here. So California winning 4-1 here in the first half of the doubleheader. We'll be back in about a half hour for game 2 between the California Vulcans and the Seton Hill Griffins. I'm Gary Smith, and for Johnny Sakaguchi, we'll be back in about 20 minutes. You're watching Vulcan Baseball right here on the PSAC Network and CUTV.